You guys already had the best offense in the league before you scored 131 tonight. What has allowed you guys to get off to such a good start this year and to be in such a rhythm like this over the first few weeks?
I think just really building off last season. There's night and day the way that we're playing the start of this season compared to the start of last season. But whenever we made that change, I just feel like we haven't looked back. And for the most part, we got the same group, one or two new guys, but they really know how to play the game. So from the first day of training camp, just trusting each other, trusting that whenever you move the ball, it's gonna come back. And that's how we just continue to play and knock down shots.
And you in particular, your free throws have gone up every year. I think you're up around 8.5 or 9 a game. I think this year, last I looked. Has that been something you've been consciously trying to add to your game, and have you seen that really have positive impacts as you've gone along?
Yeah, like I said, I've worked on my body a lot this summer, and physically just feel a lot better. So, reading the game as well as just being able to attack the basket. Much more physical than, past years, to kind of gain an advantage and, get the contact.
Jayson, you outscored them 34-21 in the fourth quarter. You're winning fourth quarters. You're a better fourth quarter team this year. Why is that?
I think, overall offense is just better. And then our attention to detail and watching film, managing those late game offensive situations and kind of, being intentional about what we want to do and who we trying to put into action, and things like that. So it may look random, but, we talk about it and we know what we're trying to do, instead of just kind of like pass and, your turn, my turn type of thing.
And how much of a confidence boost is it that you guys can close out games? It was always kind of when teams made runs at you with 5 or 6 minutes left, but this season you're pushing that back and extending those leads.
Yeah, just learning from your mistakes. Been there one too many times last season, and kind of just learning, knowing what not to do. And it's like, all right, we've been in a situation, teams gonna go on runs, and how to respond, and how to combat that in a sense. And we're confident in that, and we just go out there and do it.
Jayson, on the offensive side of things, did you feel like the free throw piece was kind of the last piece of the puzzle, so to speak, in terms of getting the calls and getting the line consistently when it comes to the different aspects of your offensive game?
Last piece.
Of terms of putting it all together, dealing with double teams obviously and so forth, but that was just the last piece for you of becoming that superstar.
Last piece kind of sounds like I got it figured out, and I, far from that, still only 24, but just trying to make the game easier for myself, and then ultimately easier for my teammates. So free throws, and I think just moving off the ball, trying to be efficient with dribbles. There's a time and place, when I'm going to go ISO and have to, create for myself. But, this year looking to off-ball cuts, back doors, coming off pin downs, even if it's just to draw attention and get, somebody else open. So, free throws, but just, moving off the ball is just as important, to me.
Hey, Jayson. Every year you've improved, just getting better and better, scoring more. I understand that the team is revolving everything around you, Jalen, Marcus Smart. Would you say that, I guess that's a part, because you're having MVP-like numbers this season? So would you also say that you're starting to enter your prime? You're 24 now, and your game is getting better and better each year. So.
It's hard to tell. You're right. I do feel better each year than I did the previous year, and I think my numbers kind of show that. And I think I'm just more experienced. The more games I play, the better you get. So I feel like I should be better this season than I was last year. From making it to the finals, that's a big learning experience. And I think just my eagerness and competitiveness to always want to get better, and prime, I don't know. You know, it's always different, I guess, for each person. You know, I feel like, you know, I still can get a lot better. So, you know, I still got a ways to go, and I guess that's a good thing.
Final question, Taylor Snow.
6 3-pointers for Al tonight, tied a career high. How special is it to see him keep putting up these numbers at 36? And, you know, what does that say about the work that he continues to put in?
It's super special. You know, I say this all the time. Al is for sure like one of the best teammates I've ever had, and at any level. You know, I think about being 19 and coming in my first year and kind of him kind of taking me under his wing from a professional standpoint. You know, I remember the first training camp. You know, every day after practice, he would just, you know, encourage me and, you know, ask me how I was feeling. You know, good days and bad days. You know, he just kind of always seemed to check up on me. And you know, I was just like the ultimate professional, the ultimate teammate, right? You know, extremely selfless, always wants what's best for the team. And, you know, 6 years later now, I guess, you know, for him to still be the same person and at 36 years old to still, you know, be a starter for us this season and last season, you know, just shows how, you know, he takes care of his body every single day. And, you know, even if he's not the most vocal guy, somebody I've always kind of like learned from of how to go about things. You know, it's not a given you're gonna play 16 years in this league, and you know he's still, you know, at the top of his game. So, you know, no surprise that he's playing the way he is, but you know, he just, you know, deserves a lot of credit for the success that, you know, we have this season and continue to have, and obviously last season.